Hello there, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Rule the Waves 2, playing as Britain. We're currently at war with France, and so far we have beating the absolute stuffing out of them. Took a few cruiser losses in our last episode, but I'm confident we can bounce back and properly put these Frenchmen in their places. I'm confident that they'll be surrendering soon. We are currently invading their Mediterranean possession of Tunisia, and if that invasion goes off well, then we may move on to take over Algeria as well. Who knows? Be quite a bit of fun to kick the French out of their own backyard. Meanwhile, we have dreadnoughts under construction. They won't be out in time to help in this war, but they may be out for the next one. Alright. I think it's time to move on to our next turn. Alright, we have a battle in support of land combat. France has been refusing these so far, so I'm going to take it. And of course they decline. And now we have a coastal bombardment. Well, I'm not a huge fan of these coastal bombardment missions, but the last one worked out pretty well for us, so I think I'll take it. Alright, and France accepts. And it looks like we have two armored cruisers this time. We have the Hood and the Euryalus, along with destroyers in support. Oh, and we have some scouting cruiser as well. Interesting. This is actually going to be a fairly significant fight. Alright. Should be good. We're starting off bright and early in the morning, 7 a.m. We'll just turn straight towards the target, and we'll steam along. Alright, we're getting some reports of enemy cruisers. So let's plop that down and continue steaming. They are in front of us though, so I'm confident we'll encounter them. Whether that's armored cruisers or... Aha! Here we go. Alright. Looks like a group of enemy cruisers led by a Sfax. And what do we have as our scout cruiser? The Eclipse. Alright, she's had a few close calls before, but she's in very good shape now. Excellent crew quality. If poor gunnery, but we'll see how well she does. And she's got a decent group of destroyers in support. Meanwhile, let's accelerate to attack speed and see if we can bring these guys to fight. Alright, yeah, looks like a couple of Sfax class cruisers. And hopefully we'll be able to get these guys in battle. Why, thank you, Battery 4. I am aware that there are enemy ships over there. Alright, looks like the Eclipse has opened fire. No significant hits yet, but hopefully we'll be able to get the Hood and the Euryalus into action soon. At the very least, we should be able to get the Hood in there, because the enemy ships can only do 21 knots. I am going to pick up the Hood to flank speed. Euryalus might fall behind, but that is a cost I am willing to accept if it means sinking some of their cruisers. Alright, so our objective is to cut them off before they reach this point up here. And hopefully we'll be able to turn them around before they can head back into port. Or at least bring them into action. Yeah, there we go. They may end up having to turn around or at least get to close range. Oh, breaking off. I do not want to get torpedoed like our last cruiser. Alright, we'll reduce speed to cruising. And hopefully we'll be able to deal with some of this stuff. I don't like those cruisers being, or those destroyers being where they are, so we'll keep our distance from that. Alright, do we want to detach a destroyer to pick up survivors? Sure, why not? I think we'll head back down and engage the enemy bombardment target. Maybe shoot up this coastal battery as well as we pass. There we go, score some hits. Alright, so we've done some damage to the battery, but we haven't knocked it out. But we need to take out the bombardment target first, since that is the actual mission objective. If there's still daylight and ammunition left over after we kill the bombardment target, then we can change our target back to that heavy gun. Alright, bombardment target is destroyed. Let's see if we can knock out that gun. Alright, do we want to pick up survivors from a transport? Sure, why not? And another destroyer? Sure, why not? Wow, seems like everyone is volunteering to pick up survivors from this thing. What was it, a troop transport or something? Alright, so we've got sight of an unknown ship. Who knows, maybe it's one of those cruisers. Probably not. I suspect that they returned to harbor and haven't sailed back out. We'll see if we can knock out this gun. Alright, that heavy coastal battery looks like all of its guns are out of action, so we can get in nice and close. Hopefully finish it off. Seeing plenty of hits being scored. Aha! Alrighty. And that coastal battery is out of action. I think it's time to head back home and call it a day. We have more destroyers wanting to pick up survivors? Sure, why not? We'll do it. And now we've got unknown ship sighted. It's another one of those destroyers wandering around. Not interested in fighting, we'll just engage. Oh, interesting. The Eclipse claims to have sunk a submarine. I wonder how she managed that. Did she ram it? Well, it's not like we've got depth charges. Alright, we'll just sail right back to Portsmouth. Alright, and that's the end of the fight. And oh, look at that. Official records confirm that we actually did sink a submarine. Alright, we did take a few hits on the hood, and I'm curious what the conditions were for that. So let's see. Yep, we did take 8 heavy hits. Let's see how that went. Yeah, so that was the early fight. Here we've got some long-range shells that failed to penetrate. So 6,000 yards, 5,000 yards, they're not able to go through. But at 4,500 yards, they did penetrate. Okay, so that did do some damage. Then we bounced an engine room hit. Oh. And we took some superstructure damage as well. Oh my. And then no further actual damaging hits. Alright. Well, we will call this battle to a close. Alright. We earned 2,000 victory points from that, and 1 prestige. Hooray! Another glorious victory. Another Battle of Bologna. I accept. And recent improvements in productivity have boosted our industrial production. Outstanding. Alright, the enemy has sounded us out about a negotiated peace with us gaining disputed border areas and some of their colonies. Nope, I think we can crush them completely. There we go. Alright, so the French do have a number of cruisers out and about causing chaos. So I think I might actually want to try putting a few of my cruisers on trade protection and see if we can actually start intercepting those. So we'll take some of these Comus class ships, the colonial cruisers, and I will actually assign these 3 to trade protection. See if we can actually shut down some of those raiders. All right, we have a very large amount of monthly balance available right now, so maybe we'll actually want to order some more battleships. Let's take a quick look at the Dreadnought design, see if there's any improvements we can make. So we'll open that up, and I see no significant savings. So I think I will just order 2 more. Alright, the Renown and the Caesar. There we go. 4 Dreadnought class Dreadnoughts. Alright. Nothing else to it. Let's keep on going to our next turn. Another battle in support of land combat. France declines again. A convoy attack. That's interesting. Wouldn't expect a convoy attack in the Med, but okay. I accept. Oh, and this one is actually spawning. Alright. Oh, we are attacking a French convoy. Interesting. Alright, and it looks like we have some of our Comus class cruisers taking part. So we'll actually get to see how effective these things are in battle. Oh, and the Japanese have sent a few of their cruisers in support. Ooh, these are some nice looking cruisers. And mostly nice. The previous ship could have used double turrets, and this one could have used 8-inch guns, but other than that, they're pretty good. And the important thing is, they have heavy armor. I do not. So I'll try and order them to attack. Alright, we've got destroyers in support. Sounds good to me. Alright, and supposedly our convoy is up to the north. Well, supposedly. Alright, here we go. Unknown ship sighted. We'll accelerate to 20 knots and see what we can do. Actually, how are these guys? They can do a max 21. Max 21. Max 20. Okay, so they should be able to keep up with us at all times. Alright, yep, we'll just pick up speed to 20 knots and see what we can find. So we've got a random destroyer up there. Not too worried about it. Hold on. Is that a Sfax class? Aha! There we go. That looks like a convoy. Let's see if we can get into that thing and do some damage. We need to sink at least 6 of them, and the more we can sink, the better. And that is most definitely the convoy up there, right where expected. Alright, I'm going to see if I can slip past this cruiser and get in among the convoy. We'll just cut astern of that cruiser and get into the convoy, which is the objective. And hopefully that'll force the enemy cruiser. Oh yeah. He's not good. Not good for them at all. I'm going to raise the flotilla attack flag and try and get my destroyers to attack as well. Oh, that's not a cruiser. Somebody misidentified that. That's a destroyer. No wonder why it went down so easily. Oh no! Well, that's unexpected. One of their transports decided to ram. Well, hopefully the Andromache is able to get back up to speed. Meanwhile, we have more ships to attack. Okay, so they do have a few more destroyers out and about. Alright, so we've sunk 6 transports, that is confirmed. But I think we can make it a clean sweep. Alright, we'll run down this guy, and then we'll run down that AMC. And that should be about it. Aha! Starting to get some of those torpedoes in the action. Oh my, look at all those sunk ships. That's glorious. Alright, do we want to start picking up survivors? Yes, we'll start picking up all the survivors. Alright, I think that destroyer is going to get away, unfortunately. Well, it might not. We'll keep on scoring hits occasionally. Alright, yep, that one destroyer is going to get away. We'll back down to cruising speed. Heck, we'll back down to 10 knots and we'll see what other survivors we can pick up. Alright. Fast speed. Hopefully that... Alright, there we go. That's the end of the battle. We took essentially no damage. We sank 3 of their destroyers, heavily damaged another, and we wiped out their entire convoy. Outstanding result. Alright. So we'll close that up. Hey, major victory. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of victory points there, but hey, every 1,000 counts. Alright, our top spy has managed to get... Oh, Russia's building dreadnoughts. Interesting. Well, that looks remarkably similar to the first generation dreadnoughts that I'm building. 6 12-inch guns and 3 triple turrets, yep. And then casemates. They have a slightly lighter belt than me, so that's not going to work out well for them. And they have unlocked central firing. Interesting. Unexpected advances in hull construction. Ooh. Weight savings. Fighting continues in Tunisia. Well, I hope that means that we're making progress. And they do still have raiders out and about, but their effectiveness in Northern Europe does appear to have been reduced. Good. And we have approximately 1 year until our first Campertown class dreadnoughts come out. Wow, heavy battleship construction right now. Alright, well, not a whole lot else to do. Moving on to the next turn. See what other fights we have. Alright, another battle in support of land combat. French Navy declines again. A small engagement off Corsica. I'm not interested in fighting this. I'd much rather fight a larger action. Here we go. Coastal raid, medium. I'm not thrilled by this, but I'll take it, since France has almost no major ships left over here in the cruiser category. Alright, so we've got the Intrepid class, good, and the Intrepid herself. Good. Alright, and of course the fight is at night. So we'll just have to spread out and see what we can find. Alright, we'll switch formation to a search line. That ought to spread things out a little bit more and cover a little bit more ground. Aha! And it did work. We have an unknown ship sighted. So we'll form back up into line ahead and we'll go over and investigate. Alright, we'll bump down to normal game speed. And we'll accelerate to 20 knots. Alright, that looks like some sort of... Is that a transport? Yeah, that's a transport. Alright, back down to cruising speed. Alright, I do believe that they are heaving to. Yep, there they go. And we have another unknown ship. Alright. That looks like military forces. Alright. Accelerate to attack speed. And engage. Oh, and they are shooting at us. That is not friendly at all. Yeah, let's go up to flank speed. Yeah, enemy cruisers, Friant class. Let's see what we can do against these fellows. Alright, hoist the flotilla attack flag, see if we can get our destroyers in the fight. And they claim an enemy armored cruiser. I'm not sure I trust that, but it is possible. Let's see if we can get in on there. Wow, that thing is moving. Well, hopefully we can close the range by cutting corners. Alright, so they are firing medium guns, but I can't tell if those are 6-inch or what. Okay, so those are 6-inch shells, and they are definitely doing damage, which is not good. Oh no, the Intrepid is hit. How bad is it? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Alright, we're going to have to send the Intrepid home. Detach, go home. I would very much appreciate if you could torpedo him, whatever he is. Another Friant class? Oh, that is frustrating. Alright, so they are starting to slow down. That's good. And we're getting the position on them now. They do have a destroyer cruising around. I don't like that. I'd much prefer my destroyers to fend that off. But who knows, maybe my destroyers will actually get a torpedo attack off. Well, there's one launch. There's another terrible shot. Alright, fellows, time to start hitting again. Alright, we definitely have the position advantage. There we go, scoring some more hits. Uh-oh. Flora is on fire. The enemy is reporting heavy damage, but we're still not seeing, aside from the reduced speed, we're still not seeing it. Come on, fellows. Launch your darn torpedoes. And the Flora is formally lost. Fire's raging out of control. Oh wow, that happened fast. Well, I think this is officially a disaster. What the? Why are you going down there? Alright, well, let's reduce speed. want to pick up survivors? Yes. And why are my destroyers charging? Well, they'd better do some damage. If they're going to go up there and fight, they'd better at least make it worth it. Of course, we pause because we sighted a sinking ship. Fascinating. Okay, we've got some kind of AI bug. Not too terribly worried about that. And we have also officially added a destroyer to the list of lost ships. Well, at least the Intrepid survived, so that's something. But that was another disaster. Alright, the Army wants more resources to prepare for an offensive that will shift the strategic initiative. Prime Minister is asking for your opinion. Nope. Only the Navy can win this war. We should not waste resources on indecisive trench warfare. Heavy fighting in Tunisia. Enemy fortifications holding up the advance. That is unfortunate. Alright, they're starting to get a lot more aggressive on their raiding. We could seize the Japanese battleship Katori, currently building in one of our shipyards. Absolutely not. The Japanese are our ally, and we will not do that. Stop offering. I am actually kind of curious what that design entails. Oh. Well, it's not a bad design. It just doesn't fit into my fleet very well. Doesn't match speeds for anything. Guns are too small. Secondaries are too big. Tertiaries too small. And it has nowhere near enough armor. That is a very unfortunate ship. And here I was impressed by their Mikasa class, but even those a little bit lacking on the armor. Hopefully their dreadnought battleships are a little bit better. Alright, well, we have been taking a lot of cruiser losses recently. And that is not good. So I think it is time to reevaluate cruiser designs. Alright, take a quick look in here. Well, do we have enough to add turrets? I remember looking at this before, and I don't think we did. Let's see. Oh, so we do have enough. Aha! Outstanding. Alright, we need a new name for this class. The Flora class. I think that is appropriate for a replacement. Let's see, what would it take to pump the speed up a little? Yeah, nope, not worth it. I think these will do just fine. And we could definitely use a few. What would it take to go down 26? Yeah, we can do that. We can just ditch a couple torpedoes. There we go. Torpedo us away. Alright. Anything else we can do? Not much. Not much at all, really. Alright, but this looks good. We've got a heavier gun broadside. We're down a little bit on displacement. Call that outstanding. And we're going to build this. Alright. Well, we get to worry about that next turn. Move on to the next turn. Another coastal raid. Ooh, this one says large. This one might actually involve some capital ships. So against my better judgment, I'm going to accept this, and we will see what happens. Oh my. It is just prior to dawn, and we have battleships at sea. Well, I think that this is going to have to be fought out in the next episode. So until next time, Katori87, signing out.